As it turned out, Howie came up. I remember the day his dad came up and brought him up here, and just, you know, they fell in love with the place, and we hit it off nicely, and it was great to have Howie come and join our community. Well, interestingly enough, the next time I saw Howie, we had to start, you know, he came to school, got here, and we're beginning training camp. Off-ice training. Howie did not like that. He did not like to run, kind of awkward type runner. And I would go out there and I'd look and they'd be doing wind sprints, and I'm going, gee, where's the athleticism there? You know, he was kind of running and, you know, and going into the weight room, and Howie did not want to lift a weight either. But he is just naturally strong. He's just a hulk of a guy, and was very well cut back in the day. But he could lift any weight he wanted to. He didn't have to look at it, you know. But I'm still wondering about this guy. So anyway, we get through training camp, and now we go on to the ice. And here's Howie. He skates onto the ice, and, you know, hadn't made the team yet. It's kind of tryouts, different kinds of equipment. And he's got his stick, and he's holding the stick with about this much exposed on the back end of it. So he's got, you know, you hold the stick, the hockey stick like this. He's got this much hanging out the back of his glove. And I'm going, golly, he doesn't even hold the stick right. You know? And I said, I'm going, Rick LeDuc, you know, I'm going to call this guy up, you know? Well, next thing you know, we start playing the game, and he gets the puck, and he shoots the puck, and I went, oh. And this guy, you know, Nate shoots the puck. This guy could bring the puck like nobody's business. He could shoot it, and I'm telling you, he could. It was frightening. And we were talking about it last night. At the time, in the middle 80s, he would have been regarded as having an NHL level shot, and he did. He could just, and you know, and the numbers that you read in the program, where, you know, as it turns out, Howie's 9th overall in team scoring, which is kind of, you've got to be able to get something done to be a defenseman and be in the top 10 in scoring for your school. And you know, he ended up close to the top of the leaderboard, if you will, in terms of leading our team in scoring, and he was acknowledged for being the SUNY Player of the Year, as well as an All-American, and so on and so forth. Well, I mean, lo and behold, doesn't he end up getting drafted by the New York Islanders? And he was just one of the most prolific players of his time. Physically strong, gifted, and he was a very raw talent, and as the years progressed, he just became a better and better player. And obviously, his peers and the coaches around the league rewarded him with all of those accolades. So we're playing Plattsburgh, and we're down, as you would normally be, a couple of goals in the first period. Plattsburgh's a very quick starting team. We're down 2 or 3 goals. And late in the first period, Howie gets the puck, he's coming up the left side, and he's between the center ice line and the blue line, and he lets a slap shot go that the goaltender never saw, and it goes in, and it just, I mean, it was one of these things, it was just a tremendous blast. The goalie was shaken by it. Lo and behold, we come back, we score several goals, and we come back and we win the game. The coach for Plattsburgh was a guy by the name of Steve Orr, and he came up to me afterwards, he says, that Vandermast, he said, he shook our goaltender so much that the guy did not trust himself the rest of the night, and consequently, we were able to score some goals and beat Plattsburgh. We could get a little bit of a snicker here if you wanted. Howie wasn't the best student that there ever was, okay? But always, he was committed to getting his degree. He worked hard at trying to make sure, he was very deliberate. So when his playing career came to a close, he kept working and working towards getting that degree. And that was the kind of persistence that he had. So the adversity that Howie, it would have been very easy for him to turn his back and just leave and just say it didn't work. But he's had these ups and downs through the course of his life, but he's been a tremendously, a resilient guy, and that's because of his commitment to himself and to his family and to the goals that he sets for himself. And to that extent, I'm very proud of Howie and what he's done. I would like to, at this time, just say that, Howie, it is my great honor to present to you induction for Hall of Fame at SUNY Potsdam. I'd like you to come up, and I couldn't be prouder of any of the players that I've ever had than I am of you today. Howie Vandermast.
I don't have any real speech all set. I always did it from the cuff whenever I was growing up playing hockey and going to class too. But it's 28 years ago. I left Jersey and came up here, and my father and I were driving. We get to Albany, and it's 4 hours, and I go, where is this place? And we keep going and going and going. And we get here, and there, I get out of the car and I look around. I love the campus. I love the idea of the rink being here, everything being so close and everything. And I remember meeting Coach, and then coming back for the school year, and the first guy I met was Mike Henry. He's sitting right over there. He comes walking in. He's from Brooklyn with that big accent. And here we go. So, it was just a great ride being here for all those years. I wouldn't trade my college experience at SUNY Potsdam for anything. I still have contact with quite a few people. I just got reconnected with Mike Henry and Sean for coming up here. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I haven't spoken to those guys in a while, and then I got a call from a couple of the other guys. It's just, it's real nice. I'm going to be connected with a couple of the other ones. We're going to go down and get reacquainted, meet their wives and children, things like that. So that's what Potsdam did for me. It got me to be with a really good bunch of people. People that I met here, I've been friends with 28, 27 years. That means a lot to me. But I remember getting up here, and after about 2 weeks, I told Coach, I said, you better take the rest of the money I got, because I'm getting on the bus and going home if I got a couple $100. I just, ex-girlfriend back home, all that stuff. So, I felt I should have went back home, but I'm glad I gave him the money. I said, keep it, and here I am. I said, no, once I graduate, I'll leave the North Country. That didn't happen either. So, I really liked it up here. It's a great place to raise kids. I've got two beautiful daughters, Nicole and Larson. They didn't want me to mention their names, and I'm going to. And, I'm honored to have this bestowed on me. And I would like to, if it wasn't for my teammates and my coaches giving me the opportunities to do this, I wouldn't be standing here today. And I'd also like to thank Tim Long. He was our defensive coach there. He always had quite a few good comments during practice. We'll keep those to ourselves. We had lots of fun out there. All the teammates I've made, the friends along the way, getting my degree, which was a little, I got it. But it was, it wasn't the first thing on my mind, but it was the last thing on my mind. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad to be an alumni of SUNY Potsdam. And that's about it. I'm not going to keep talking about it, because I could forever, about the times that we had, all the fun in the locker room, the games. And I'll never forget that game where Chuck put in 5 goals on that team. They beat the #1 team in the country, and the place just went nuts. We must have had 1,500 people there. It was a great time. And I'll never forget anything about my college career. It was wonderful. SUNY Potsdam has molded me into the person that I am today, and the relationships that I've got will be forever. Thank you.